Welcome back. We're going to have some more fun here. We just got done with Galdar's meeting with Seth, and now it's time to switch gears. And as soon as I leave this, we're going into another flashback, another dream that Arius is having. And this, I think, is a pretty long one. Now, if you remember this guy, Randall, he was, got in some trouble for having a crisis of conscience in the middle of a mission. He was supposed to wipe out some Minotaurs, and he didn't want to. And Lysander's been trying to rehabilitate his reputation because they're friends. And as you can see here, Randall's actually married to Felicia, who is the galleon officer that Nova fought. And but this is all in the past, of course. And so now he's come to their house in Gallia with a proposal to help him deal with, some elves who are causing trouble down in pretty much in the desert area where the heroes are now. And that's important. The location is important later. But this is before, the whole full-scale siege of the Elven capital. It's more of a, another area in terms of the war between the Gallian Empire and the Elven Kingdom, which, was a tough nut for Gallia to crack. I mean, that's, their elves are an old race, and they put up quite a fight. So he talks Randall into coming, and then they invite him inside to hang out while he gets all his stuff together. And Lysander's almost like he's like one of those Jehovah's Witnesses who knocks on your door, and then if you answer, he'll try and convert you. I mean, he is so dead set on the whole Gallian philosophy. He's trying to get Felicia to join the knighthood, which she's reluctant to at first. Like he says just now, she won this thing called the Warriors Tournament, which we'll be seeing plenty of, much later on. And that kind of made the city leaders notice her. And he's trying to get her to come on, but doesn't really love fighting. She was in the tournament, but there's a cash prize. That's probably why she did it. But she doesn't really want to be involved in matters of war. But Lysander's trying to convert her, Arcadius is so awesome, we should fight for him and kill everyone. Alright, so now they're off on their mission in the desert, and to back up this this contingent of soldiers who are having a hard time with the elves. And Lysander, man, that's arrogant. He's just basically asking, why don't they just lie down and die? Don't they realize that we're right? And can't they just be happy that they're getting killed? It's so bad, but it's just he's so blinded. And then we have this small squad of elves here, and that's actually Queen Ariana. And this incident, is pretty important for her. Right now, Lysander's fighting off these Elven Guard guys, just kind of toying with them, dodging their attacks, and then not even bothering to unsheath his sword, finish him off with the dark spell. But Randall doesn't want to fight; he's just dodging. Then Lysander has to intervene. And so Queen Ariana's back up against the wall there with the green hair. And then the other one's supposed to be King Tear, which is a little ridiculous because he looks like he's 12 years old. It wasn't the best sprite for him. The one for the Master of the Wind flashback with these two was much better. Looked much more, regal. But so, but they don't. I don't think Lysander's aware that this is Elven royalty that he's dealing with here, and he just thinks they're out random elves. But he wants Randall to go in and finish them off, and wipe away any notion that he's doesn't have the stomach for killing the Empire's enemies. But it's not that easy for Randall. And man, this is going on for a long time too. It's very tense, and it's just it's really tragic because Lysander thinks he's helping him. When you heard about the initial incident where Randall wasn't willing to fight, he didn't just flat out turn against him. but Randall's not ready to do it. He casts some sort of disguise spell on them to help them get away. And now Lysander is, of course, furious. But it's time for Randall to come clean and just basically call Lysander out. That Gallia's wrong. And he had some moment, recently where he realized that. I mean, he did enough to climb up the ladder. I mean, he's a general like Lysander is. But now he can't stomach it anymore. But Lysander is still just so far gone. This kind of thing is foreign to me. I mean, even though sometimes I can argue strongly, and I have strong opinions, I'd like to think that hopefully I'm never like this. That's when you're just so, you can't even consider another viewpoint. It just doesn't even penetrate your filter. And but Randall's basically giving him an ultimatum. Either it's me or the Empire. And this is tearing Lysander apart right now. It's upsetting him on many levels. But in the end, unfortunately, he's going to side with the Empire. And that's the end of Randall. And that's a very unpleasant revelation for Arius, who wasn't sure, how that whole situation worked out the last time he dreamt about it. But it's really just awful. This game is just heavy sometimes, really heavy. I don't even know, what kind of mood was I in when I felt like writing a scene like that. But now it's time for Galdar to relay his, the offer that he got from Seth to team up, and Turnus and Nova are kind of not thrilled about that because they're the ones that are most likely to get in arguments, cause trouble. The other two are a little more level-headed, but Arius is barely thinking about that right now. He knows there's some link between the area where he got this bad premonition and the dreams that he's having now. They're conflated in his head for some reason, and he wants to go to the haunted house and figure out why that is. And the others are just baffled. In fact, all three of them are pissed off at him for this whole time because they want to, go meet up with Seth, get through that compound blocking the way, and just continue with their quest. But Arius is taking them on this side trip, and none of them are happy at all. So we're gonna head up here. This is where the mansion is, the haunted mansion, and that looks like something good. Yep. And here it is. And this place is full of ghosts. And it's interesting, the lore with ghosts in Master of the Wind. In Celeste, their existence is undisputed. It's not like our world where, you have some people who buy it, some people who don't. And there's evidence out there, but none of it's conclusive. You don't really know. It's one of those mysteries. But here, it's not a mystery. They know ghosts are real, but they still don't know, where they come from. I mean, well, they come from dead people, but you know what I mean. Why it happens, they don't know. And I'm just getting some goodies outside the mansion before I go in. And they, don't really know how to classify them. Are they undead? Is it the same as a skeleton, where it's, it's a necromancer at work? And it's just a very, kind of unexplained phenomenon for the world of Celeste. And so this mansion is full of ghosts. And it's a bit like the graveyard and mausoleum from the first arc of Master of the Wind, in the sense that it's a dungeon, but it kind of resembles a town sometimes because there's a lot of people hanging around that you can talk to. And in this case, the mansion is full of people who were killed by the Empire, and they've sort of congregated here and created this little retreat for themselves. And generally the people in Coromant leave them alone, so, it's kind of nice for them. Until they can, figure out how to make peace with the past and, go to the next world. But there's a lot of ghosts here that are hostile to, living people hanging around here. But, you know, a lot of them are friendly enough. We got to talk to a few of them. And, you know, there's a lot of black humor here, like you might expect. You know, because they know they're dead and making a lot of jokes about it. And there's also, you know, a lot of, oh man, high encounter rate again. Oh, and I can't run from these idiots? Ay. There we go. Yeah, vacation from life. What's this little guy want? He wants some treats. Aw, cute little dragon. You can find him some treats. Here's some dragoons. There's a lot of dragoons in here. I think Seth's whole, you know, pod, or whatever you want to say it, found their way here. Here's the dragon's treats, so we'll go give it to him. And he, I guess he's, you know, got some sort of control over the door because he opened it. But what else is going on? This guy wants a book. Okay. Then we got Zombie, who's very articulate. Oh, okay. And also, I don't know if I mentioned this yet, but in the Celeste lore, Zombie is a failed necromancy spell. You know, because when you create a skeleton, you've separated the skeleton entirely from the person's body and sort of given them a new consciousness and whatever. But a zombie is just kind of like this shambling, you know, corpse thing, and usually a necromancer doesn't want anything to do with them. They just kind of cast them aside. So they wander around. And so we got let's see go through that door that the dragon opened. See what we can see. Okay, some more folks wandering around here. And down here is a little gimmick where it's like an illusion, where the wall is actually, the water is actually the passable tile, and the floor is not. So we got some armor down there, which I'm sure we'll use eventually. And a lot of dragoons here. Yeah, well, I already went in that room, so whatever. There's that one who told Seth to fight in the flashback. And this guy's giving me a clue how to find the old guy's books. I don't think they're in here. Okay, that's not very helpful. Alright, so oops. More fighting. And then, let's see, this is the guy. Oh, that's mean. Give him his armor. And then we go in here. And, alright, this looks promising. We got a dresser or something against the wall. And then we're going through all this storage. And we got a book. But it's not that easy. Because we got this guy. He's one of two people who sort of guard this area. This mansion. And he's going to introduce a game mechanic that is extremely, how do you say it, unfair. The Soul Takers. You touch them, game over. That's it. Which is why there's a save bunny right here. Because you're going to need it. But we'll try and get past them next time. Peace.